So the UK government has just announced that people in general should stay home and not go around to their friends' houses, only go to work if you can't work at home, not go to shops other than for essentials, i.e. food and that kind of thing. Now that's not even as restrictive as what I've had to do for the last 18 months. I haven't even been able to go to work for 18 months. I haven't been able to go to any shops for the last 18 months. But that's by the by. And it's only for a few weeks. We seem to have overlooked the fact that 1.5 million people in England have been asked to stay indoors for 3 months. That's people like me, who they class as extremely vulnerable. I got my text message today saying that I'm in that group, surprise, surprise, and I should stay indoors for 3 months, and given me particular instructions. And I've said before that that's more restrictive than I've had for the last 18 months. I now can't see anybody. And if I do, they have to wash their hands for at least 20 seconds and they have to stand a certain number of feet away and stuff like that. And that should be absolutely kept to a minimum. For my own protection, I'm one of those who they say are being shielded. And I'm guessing that some people out there are fearful, anxious, nervous. It's unusual, it creates uncertainty. But I guess what I would say is what I've always said, and it's really the reason why I can be so calm about it. I come down to those two phrases that I keep saying: one step at a time and keep smiling. And I'll come back to the one step at a time thing at some stage, but in terms of keeping smiling, I've often said that people say, oh, you're going through something really bad and we feel really sorry for you. And I really appreciate that sympathy. But at the same time, my normal response is embarrassment, because I actually feel like I've got so much to be thankful for. I mean, I look at myself, or, I can picture myself thinking this, sitting on the sofa in my lovely lounge at home with my TV and my PS3 and my DVD player and my Netflix. I can do whatever I like. And I've got my lovely dog, Benji, who's my little ray of sunshine. He's literally adorable, brightens up my life every day, makes me smile. And the sun's shining outside. Well, it is today. Hasn't been recently, but let's be thankful for the rain. There's so much to be thankful for. And I read a book by a young guy called Henry Fraser. He was paralysed in an accident on holiday when he was just 17, and he was quite athletic, and he's now completely paralysed. And he wrote a book about his experience called The Big Little Things. And the big little things are the things that he found himself being really thankful for after spending so long in hospital. Things like the feeling of fresh air on his face when he finally got out of his room, or was actually allowed to open the window in his room in hospital. Things as small as that have a big impact when people are restricted. So one advice is to just think of those small things that you can be thankful for. There are lots of them. And I guess the other thing I wanted to say was this practice of gratitude that I've got going now. And I guess that was because sometimes those things get clouded in your mind and you start to focus on the negatives. So sometimes you need to put in place a habit that brings you back to the positives. What am I grateful for? So every day I have a little reminder in my diary to find 5 things that I'm thankful for. Now, I don't want you to think that it's a kind of super spiritual religious experience, like I'm going to go over in the corner and sit cross-legged with shorts on and close my eyes and just meditate and think of these things. What I actually do is very practical. It takes about 5 minutes. I get out my iPad, I fire up Evernote, and I do some bullet points. 5 bullet points. What am I thankful for? And the spin I put on it, and this may be useful for you to think about as well. It's not just things that I have and things that have happened, as in the past, that I'm thankful for. What I've forced myself to do is to think, what's going to happen today? What am I going to be thankful for today? So I actually think myself into a frame of mind that's thankful for the day. And it's kind of looking at that day with a positive mindset. And I may not think of those things when it actually comes to it, when it comes to the phone call or meeting with a friend or whatever. That at the beginning of the day, I think I'm going to be thankful for that. And actually, you may turn around and say to me, I've got a really stressful meeting. How can I be thankful for that? I've got some hospital tests or a really painful operation. How can I be thankful for that? Well, I guess what I'd say is think of why you're putting yourself through that. You have a choice. Why are you doing it? Why are you having that stressful meeting? Why are you going for that operation or those tests or whatever? And be thankful that those things allow you to achieve the reason that you're doing them. So it may be a really critical project that you will enjoy succeeding at, but you have to go through this really difficult meeting first. Be thankful that that meeting will help you along the way. You can always turn those negative situations that you feel you have to go through into the positives because they take you towards something that's positive. And I find that doing that not only sets me in the positive mindset for the day, it also reminds me what's important to me. Because what's important to me tends to be the things that make me most satisfied. So, a couple of things, just if you're thinking of trying this, just to beware of from experience, because it sounds like I'm suggesting something that's like really revolutionary and you're going to have big epiphanies during your thankfulness time. And certainly there are some sort of gurus out there that suggest that happens. It doesn't really. The first thing I'd say is that it's not earth-shattering. You find yourself, you go, yeah, tick, 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 tick. These are all the things I'm happy about and I'm grateful for. And then you get on with the day. The thing is, over time, that sets you in a positive mindset. But it doesn't have any earth-shattering effect on the day. So don't go expecting any flashes of light or big inspiration or, you're going to be cheered up on day one. It doesn't happen like that. It's a build-up of your emotional strength, really, and your spiritual strength. The other thing I'd say is don't worry about thinking the same things day after day. Sometimes when you've done it for a while, this has happened to me, you find yourself thinking of the same things that you're thankful for every day. And that used to worry me. I'd think, I really should be thankful for some other things. Surely I should be varying it and, being broad and, think of all those things so that, by the end of the year I've got, over 1,000 things that I've been thankful for. Well, again, it doesn't work like that. And do you know what? We meet the same things, the same good things, on a day in, day out basis. And just like Henry Fraser said, we feel the cool air on our faces, the warmth of the sun. I see my dog, Benji. I'm surrounded by my family every day, and I'm thankful for them every day. So why not? Repeat yourself. Why not? So anyway, those are just some ideas to keep a smile on your face as you're going through these hard times that we all are at the moment. And I hope that's helpful. If you feel like it, drop me a note in the comments to just let me know what's worrying you at the moment. What can I say from my experience that might help you? And, anything you would say about keeping a smile on your face and being grateful for things on a daily basis. But I'll leave it there now. I've gone on long enough, and I'll speak to you another time. Bye for now.